Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this series of videos, I'll be looking at the Judge Dredd case files in order and picking out the most prominent and important stories, as well as noting some artists and writers that actually appear in these books. Okay, so we are back here with volume 24 of the complete case files. First up, nice bit of Cliff Robinson artwork on the front. Unfortunately, I think he only does one story in this, which is a shame because I really like Cliff Robinson stuff. This one, after kind of like those, fairly middling, I would say for the last 3 or 4 we've had. This one takes a bit of an upswing, mainly due to one story, which we'll get to. But yeah, this is there's some good. There is a few good little short ones in this as well. So first of all, we start off with the cow files. So this is the head of SJS, sorry, public surveillance, I believe it is. That apparently has found this set of files that Cal acquired over his course of chief judge that seem to prove that Dredd is not a clone. He's actually the illegitimate son of Judge Fargo. Um, and we've also got some information on a few other people as well. But yeah, it seems that his DNA matches up with this person, and Dredd goes out of his way to try and track down exactly who she is, where she is, and apparently she's dead, and all this kind of stuff. It's a cool thing about this is it's a serious Dredd story. It's an investigative Dredd story, which is very, very cool because, most of the time Dredd just goes in there shooting the crap out of stuff and that's it. This is actually Dredd doing, investigation and searching for stuff and, in that kind of like Batman, detective vein, which, we rarely see as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool story. Once put in, but very, very cool. Then we got Hammerstein. Now, this is an interesting one. This is the introduction of Hammerstein from ABC Warriors into the Judge Dredd universe, mainly because of the movie, which had Hammerstein in it. Um, so it's not quite right. As I've mentioned before in other case files, we've had Hammerstein or the ABC Warriors or Roadbusters all mentioned Mega City 1 in the past. Apparently this gets retconned in the future because apparently the war that Hammerstein fights in is outdates the kind of the introduction of Mega City 1. So this is seen possibly as an alternate version of Hammerstein, and it might fit in with. I don't think it fits in with Roadbusters, but it might fit in with Invasion and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's you can see why they did it. Whether it actually, I don't know if it goes anywhere after this, but it's a nice little bit of nice little story. It's not too bad. Um, Dead Simple is about some simps, which are pretty cool. Um, Ballad of Devil Angel, I don't particularly like at all. Um, it's the Angel Gang are in ISO box 666 with the devil is, and they try and basically get the devil. They teleport Dredd in there, and Dredd manages to kick the crap out of him, even though he's only got his helmet, piece of equipment on, and all this kind of stuff. It's like, all right, okay, whatever. A bit too silly for me. This one is about a robot wrestler who manages to help save Dredd, which is pretty cool. Man who broke the law. Now, this is Steve Yeowell artwork, which again is worth it for that reason alone, because Steve Yeowell is really, really good. Apart from that, though, I can't. Oh yes, it's right. There's a judge that goes off the deep end and starts going futsy and all this kind of stuff. It's like okay. So yeah, that's okay. It passes. It's not too bad, but this is the one, the pit. Now, as mentioned in the previous episode, that Dredd is needed in Sector 301, which is the pit, because it's this basically this sector that every judge that has got like a black mark against their name, but not quite worth sending off to Titan or whatever, or effectively sacking, um, gets to go to, and it's been destroyed over the course of the Apocalypse War and various other stuff as well. And all the judges there have got some kind of some kind of demerit against their name, and Dredd is basically there to be the sector chief. And the best thing about this is it's got lots of different stories going in it, with like a thread that goes through them all. So we've got DeMarco from previous ones. Apparently she goes there voluntarily. She's having a relationship with another judge, and that's why she thought they go to the pit to kind of get out of the SGS's eyes. So she's in this. Um, and then we've got this guy who's a Wally Squad guy who's managed to find out some information about some of the other judges, and basically it's like there's a conspiracy going on. There's other stuff going on as well, and this goes on for ages. And the reason it goes on for ages is because we've got so many storylines that are kind of tied together, and it's really really good. It's a really nice introduction of kind of like the way a sect house operates and the way kind of like a sector chief operates. The only thing that does bug me about this is we've got young Judge Giant in this in the early one because Dredd brings his own people in, and then when this guy gets George Giant, he draws him as this huge guy with a bald head, which is nothing to do with what Giant looks like in any other parts. Kind of annoying, but you kind of once you kind of just shrug and get your head around it, it's not too bad. So, but yeah, this goes on for absolutely ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, but it's very very cool. And let's say that it kind of gets resolved. Um, but I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of it because this guy, the guy they're looking for, gets caught and all this kind of stuff going on. There's more in next chapter. There's more in book 25, which is fantastic. And then we get on to the magazine stuff, which again always seems to be not quite of the standard, which is quite ironic, really, because they try and make it kind of edgy and kind of, the cool adult version of 2000 AD. And I always found it to be quite disappointing. So, yep, let's have a look at those. Okay, so the first story is about some kind of judge killer. Um, Artwork is okay, not great. Second story is probably one of the better ones out of the lot, which is one about a medic who is trying to do his best for his hospital, but doesn't do so, and he needs these drugs to keep him awake, and Dredd kind of breaks in there and stops him from using them. And then we get this one about Dredd and his little Dredd being off for an hour, which is fair enough. Goes visits this Magruder and all this kind of stuff. Then we get this one about spotters, judge spotters, which again is all right, but not great. Yeah, so this is a train spotting parody, not the film, just the activity. Goes on for a little while. Meh. One about the judge that his brother died and she takes revenge on the group who did it. That wasn't too bad. Artwork's okay, a bit sketchy, but it's pretty cool. That goes on for a little while. Nothing to explain. And then this one about with Super Mario parodies about ugly models and all this kind of stuff. Then we get this one that is a Return of Judge Death, but it's actually not. It's a simulation, but apparently death may show up at the end of it. This one I can't remember. The artwork's pretty good though. This one I can't even remember. Okay, don't know. This one's about Hershey shooting somebody that shouldn't have been shot and going to Dread about it. And again, I can't say I'm a massive fan of the artwork. It kind of works okay. I mean, the shoulder pad's ridiculously large. I didn't realise it was Hershey until I kind of went back and reread it. That's all right. Guess at least there's a bit more, a bit more thought to it than random gags and stuff. It is. That simp one's about a guy who's a simp who decides to kill some people, and he managed to kidnap the richest person in the sector and set him up on a TV show and all this kind of stuff. That's okay. It's not great. It's all right. But I think it rounds it out as far as I remember. Yeah, it goes on for a few issues or so, 2 issues, 3 issues. But yeah, that's it. That's a lot. So yeah, so the magazine stuff again just pales into comparison, really. I personally think to the original 2080 stuff because the pit is fantastic. Um, so so yeah, so there's going to be more pit in volume 25. I think it takes up at least a third, if not half, of volume 25. Which I haven't read yet, so I will be reading that before the next volume. But I'm sure it's going to be as good as this stuff. But yeah, magazine stuff, I can almost it would have mattered really to me if they just collected the 2000 AD stuff, like the magazine stuff in its own collections, and then just only did the crossovers if it was important to the storyline. Because magazine stuff, generally speaking, I've never been a massive fan of it. America's coming up, but America has, ironically enough, America, which was the kind of the standout Judge Dredd story, which was about the kind of like the change in the way America works and all this kind of stuff with the judges being about. isn't actually collected in these because actually it wasn't technically a Judge Dredd story. It was a citizen story, so it's not actually in these. Well, it hasn't been yet. I swear it was one of the first things on magazines. It must have been. Anyway, so yeah, all in all, 24, definitely an improvement on the other ones. I would suggest if you are picking up any, and you're just kind of picking up random ones, 24 is definitely one worth looking at for the sake of the pit alone. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So there you go. I think that's enough rambling about this one so far. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.